long as you, if you check Facebook and it's good, we good. You don't need to. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, it's saying we live, but we got to make sure we look good, sound good, and everything is good. So let me go live here. Instagram.
It's still on starting soon.
It's still on starting soon? Okay. It should pop up shortly, hopefully.
Right.
Hopefully, it shows itself. I'll see you.
Is it always just like a little bit behind?
Yeah, it's always going to be.
Yeah.
That's a nice photo, Zinga. I see you.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Tried.
Yes. All right, y'all. So we are live. We are doing our check 1, 2 as we always do to make sure everything looks good and sounds good.
Check 1, 2.
Right. So if you're watching, if you joined us, let us know how it looks on your end. All right. Let me. All right. Look good, sound good to me.
I'm here for it.
Huh?
I said I'm here for it.
You here
Let's
for
go.
it? That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Kim?
Yep.
You good?
I'm good. It still hasn't popped up yet.
I don't know what's wrong with yours.
I don't know. Let me go out and go back in.
I just checked it. It's good. You on Facebook?
Oh, it's on. I had to go out and go back in. Then the move thing popped up.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. It ain't coming up.
Slow motion. It's all right. It's all right. All right. Y'all ready to get it going?
Let's
You ready?
get it.
Right.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's do it. What's up, people? Welcome to Quit For What. I'm your host, Ramon Jamal.
Oh, and I'm Kim B.
Kim was in the building. Kim. I said, I caught you off guard.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I'm here too. Welcome, y'all. And today we have a special guest in the building. It's been a long time coming. I'm gonna do your intro. Okay. So we're thrilled to welcome Zinga Hart. All right, a true powerhouse in education and community empowerment. As president of Torchbearers and a leader in higher education. Welcome, Zinga.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we was supposed to have you on. I want to say, how long was that? Like a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to have you on, and the weather forecast was talking about it was about to be tornadoes and hailstorms and
It's like an apocalypse.
yeah,
Right.
all this stuff. So we like, let's play it safe.
Let's reschedule.
Let's just
Fine.
reschedule. You know what I mean? Making sure everybody's safe. And then nothing happened.
Nothing.
I know. I could have made it.
Yeah,
But it's all right.
but it's cool. Hey, listen, that's a good lesson. You know, when in doubt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do,
Take the safe route.
take the
right?
safe route. I was hey, look, I was trying to come up with something that rhymed.
I know. You're a poet sometimes.
There you go. You got me. That's what's up. So yeah, Zinga, we are so thankful to have you in the building. And I know when you first got here, I mentioned I think of you as a social butterfly, and you was like, what?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So, and the reason I'm just gonna tell you this, okay? I had my grand opening. You were there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never met you before. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, she showed up to my, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is, you know what I mean?
I feel it.
And then I've been to a couple other events, and you're there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so she's like a social butterfly, like everywhere I go. You know what I mean? I
hear
see you.
I hear you.
That's cool though.
I can see the misconception. Like, I'm an adventurer. I like a good adventure. Am I social? No. I'm like queen of the Irish goodbye. My friends know that.
Okay.
So, I don't know if I socialize too much, but I love new things, new adventures, new opportunities. So I'll pop up for that.
But that's cool too. So I'm
Yeah.
saying social butterfly, but you saying adventure.
Yeah.
So you just find stuff and you show up.
Pretty much.
Oh,
That's
wow.
cool, though.
That is really
I hear
cool.
you.
Yeah.
I need more of that.
Well,
She
yeah,
got me
here.
sitting here thinking like,
You
I got to
ready?
get out the house. I do.
Hey,
I
look,
got to get out.
Look, most people be like, who all gonna be there?
Right?
No.
Yes.
It's not who gonna be there. I'm going
I'm
too.
here. I'm gonna be there.
Right. So yeah, so that was like I said, every time I think about you, I think of that, and that was cool. Thank you for showing up to my grand opening and
Of
everything.
course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
About 1
Yeah.
year in, right?
Oh yeah, yep. We
Yeah.
just had a 1 year celebration. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's going all right. It's going all right. But again, we are thankful that you were able to make it today.
Yeah.
And let's do this. I want to first of all mention Torchbearers. So you are the president of Torchbearers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you, if there's somebody out there that does not know what Torchbearers is, can you kind of break that down for us?
Of course.
Okay, cool.
So Torchbearers, we're a nonprofit. It's an Akron-based organization. And we like to say our purpose is to ignite young change makers to shape Akron.
Okay.
And so what's important for us is finding Akronites, people in greater Akron that want to serve their community and are interested in developing their leadership, getting into community service, and just connecting with other members of the community interested in the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Okay.
I love it. It's perfect for an adventure because we have like so many opportunities to serve Akron. Like we'll serve Akron Regional Food Bank, or we'll do something with Habitat for Humanity, or we'll do something for any nonprofit that needs volunteers and people to serve them. We supply the force to do that.
There you go.
You gotta take volunteers.
I mean, if you have an event that you want us to volunteer at, we have a service event form where you submit it, and like our members get points. That's how they engage. You get points by volunteering, so it all feeds into each other.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're leading people to take action, right? So it's there's things that are needed, right? And you get individuals involved to go and support these organizations, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't just sit around and think about it. Get up and participate.
Truthfully,
right?
That's what we do.
That's what you do.
And when you, I'm sorry, can I ask one question?
Yeah, girl, you're supposed to. This is you. Hey, you the co-host now, Kim.
I know. So the individuals that you guys are looking for, if someone was interested in volunteering or doing more in the community, that is where they can come to you and say, hey, where can you, I want to volunteer. I want to be active in my community.
I feel it. Well, we are a membership organization. So every year we have applications. They're open now, and we accept about 40 people. And like their first year, we have our first year experience, and it's all built off of leadership and development. We work with Heart to Heart leadership, which is in downtown Akron, and it's a focus on knowing thyself, like who are you as a leader? What are your strengths? Like what is your passion? What's your purpose? And really honing in on that. And all along the first year, you're meeting with major organizations and major leaders in Akron to see what do they see as a need in Akron? Where was their journey? How did they grow? And so it's definitely, I want to say it's like for open volunteering, right? You can't just be like, hey, Torchbearers, I want to do something. Like we vet people. Like we say, do you really care about service, or do you just want to like build your resume? Like that's something that we look out for. How much do you care about Greater Akron? Is that there? Because it's really important for us to shape a community that's meaningful.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks. Good point.
That's awesome. We got Zuki has joined us. She said hey to everyone.
Hey.
So look, you mentioned Heart to Heart, right?
Yeah.
And that's Jeremy Lyle, right? That's
Jeremy Lyle.
That's my guy. And I know I got some questions here. I don't know if this falls into here, but when I think about that Heart to Heart organization, I think about the enneagram.
Right.
And you took that, right?
Yes.
You did.
I did.
And if y'all don't know, this enneagram is a way to really find out who you are, because you were kind of mentioned that, like it brings things to light, and it was very cool to take that.
Yeah, you took it.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean, because it's really cool. So that just made me think about that Heart to Heart thing.
Yeah, all our members do it.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's what I wanted to see. So is that within the vetting process, or is that after?
That's in the first year. So the first year is leadership and development. We have like different sessions that mandatory you go to if it's your first year. Yeah. And it's just one of the parts. We also do Clifton Strengths Finders as well.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
That is so cool. I
like
like
it's good
that.
to know. It's know thyself, right?
That's it. Self-aware is key.
Really good. Yes.
Yeah. Self-aware is key. Hello, Priscilla.
Hey, Priscilla.
Yeah. So let's go to something I mentioned to you when you got here.
Yeah.
I want to know, if you don't mind, like your upbringing, like your household dynamic, right?
Yeah.
coming up, right? Okay. First thing, are you born and raised in Akron, or where are you originally from?
So I was originally born in New York City.
Okay.
I was born in Manhattan, but my mom lived in Brooklyn. Like she was on the train. She was getting her hair done in the Bronx and stopped in Manhattan to have me at Bellevue Hospital at 1 a.m. But, you know, I said I was her best birthday present. So
there you go.
I was born on the 25th of April. She was the 24th. So
okay.
Best birthday present ever. But I lived in Brooklyn for a while, and then my mom moved to Staten Island. And then she eventually moved down south to Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, and I lived in Macon, Georgia. Lived in Ahoskie, North Carolina for a while. But the whole while, my dad lived in one apartment, like bachelor style, and across the street from Prospect Park in Brooklyn. So like right by Flatbush, if anybody knows that area at all. So Brooklyn and a whole bunch of places with my mom.
Okay, so was it just in the household, was just you and your mother, or you have any siblings, or?
So my dad, I have one sister with my dad, and then my mom had 9 kids total, so I had 8 siblings on my mom's side.
Wow.
Yeah, she was a lover, I guess.
There you go.
she might be watching.
It's cool. Hey, mom, did you
watch it eventually.
Wow. So you know what? That makes me think about the adventurous part, the adventurous side of you.
I feel it, yeah.
All of those places, and you know what I mean?
Oh, I can see that. I was the oldest girl.
Okay.
So I ended up being like the second mom, if anybody knows that life. Like, so I didn't leave the house too much as a kid. Like I was in the house changing diapers and making mac and cheese. So like once I hit college, it was kind of like, I'm a kid. I got my childhood. So I could live it up a little bit. I think that really opened up that side for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And thinking of that, that's the leader right there, right? So you had to lead. Like you said, you were like the second mom. So you had to do what you had to do to assist.
Started early.
Oh, for sure. They made it work early. Yeah, I had 2 older brothers, and like as soon as I could walk, and I was a smart kid. Like you ever seen the movie Matilda? Like just cooking pancakes on your own. Like as soon as I could walk, my brothers was like, "This is how you change diapers," and they never looked back.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We got a few more people. Hey, Jerome is in the house, and Lashana has joined us. Thank y'all for joining.
Hey,
Thank y'all for joining. For sure. So I want to kind of just hear about like your journey. So you said you went to college, right? What college did you attend?
Hiram College.
Okay. And what was your major or?
English. I was an English major.
Okay. Okay. And after you graduated, what did you step out into from there?
I hear you. Well, let me see. My first job, I don't want to talk about my first job. It was like a giant eagle.
That's fine though. But these are the, you know what I mean?
But I knew I wanted to get into higher education. So I was definitely looking at Kent State. So I would say my first job that I wanted a career in was at Kent State University. I worked for the College of Education, Health and Human Services for a while. And then, I moved on to the College of Communication and Information. I worked primarily with the graduate students there.
Okay.
Yeah, so master's, doctoral degrees.
Okay. That's what's up.
Big things.
That's what's up. Yeah. So, was there anything in between there before you got to be president of Leadership Akron that you could speak on at all?
Torchbearers.
I'm sorry. Did I say?
Sorry, Justin.
Hold on. My bad. I think. Look, I'm talking about leader and then leadership. I don't know where that came from.
I am on the board of Leadership Akron.
Okay.
So
maybe that's where that came from. Torchbearers.
President.
The president of Torchbearers.
Things in between, yes. So one big thing, obviously my job at Kent State, I always wanted to work with grad students. I always wanted to be in higher education. But it's also it wasn't always my passion. It was kind of learn, grow here, but it wasn't full force. So back when I was in grad school, I hooked up with a woman named Alicia Robinson, and she was just starting her nonprofit called Limitless Ambition. And we met at a women's entrepreneurship thing, and she was like, "Yeah, I want to do a fashion show and put all the girls on for prom fashion show." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds so cool! I've never done a fashion show before. Let me try it." We never did the fashion show. But, she was like, "Well, I just want to map out where this nonprofit just started as an idea. I want to map out where it wants to go. And so we kind of sat at the Kent State Library by the whiteboard and we like mapped out the next 5 years together.
Wow.
And she was like, well, I need somebody to be president of my board. And I was like, sure. Once again, I guess I could do that.
Yeah.
You know, and 6 years later, like we helped really build this nonprofit organization that's making an impact in Akron. And then I finally rolled off as a president. So 3 years ago. I know.
So
congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really love
So you've been in the organization for how long?
Yeah, I want to say like we started like in 2015, 2016, and then like in 2020, like I kind of rolled off as the president, and I took a hard break. I was like, I need to focus on Torchbearers because I was on the board of that, and then the pandemic and everybody, so
it's a lot of stuff. Yeah,
that stuff happened.
And I feel bad too because I know that like I say, we were going to have you on a few weeks ago, and was there an event that took place that you might have wanted to promote at the time? I can't recall exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always doing something.
You're always doing
I
something.
got something now, what you mean?
Yeah.
No, what were we doing? Well, I know Torchbearers, we recently had our recruitment mixer. And so that's where everybody gets to know the organization. So, I mean, find me and I'll talk to you one-on-one about it if you're interested. But our applications are open and they're open until June 30th. So
Okay.
to apply. It's free to apply.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted, like I said, I know it was something we was going to speak on. I wanted to go back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because like you said, you got a lot more coming up.
Yeah.
That people can be at. So we'll talk about that towards the end.
Okay. No promos.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, how do you bring your passion for education into your daily work at Torchbearers?
Oh, yeah. Into all my work, really. Like, I kind of look at the basis for what education is. And, it's kind of built off that Latin word, educe or educere, however you look it up. And it means to draw out, to lead out, to bring out. And so I really look to education and that work as, it's not about, filling people with information and knowledge. It's like, what is within you that needs to be drawn out into this world, and what skills and tools do you need to express that fully? And so really listening and having that empathy and letting fish swim and, birds fly, right? And not expecting vice versa. So really understanding what makes a person important and how to place their value in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the age for participants? Like,
yes, I know the cap is 42.
Okay.
So I think it's like 25 to 42.
25. Okay, around 20. Okay.
That's our membership committee. It's on the website.
Okay. So with that, like, how do you inspire others to strive for educational excellence? And I was just thinking about the age demographics, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you navigate that?
Right. So I look at it, there's a difference between maybe education and learning, right? The way you could look at religion and spirituality. Spirituality is there. You could try to escape it, but you'd be escaping a big part of your life. And learning is just a part of that, right? Education's a system for it. It's a structure for learning, but learning is something you don't need a teacher for. You don't need a school for. You just have to have that ability and desire to make mistakes and do better from them, or figure out new ways to do better from your mistakes, and take in what knowledge is around you to lessen those mistakes. But at the end of the day, learning, education, leading to success is really about making a lot of mistakes. Right?
Hey, that's awesome. And that really fits with our platform, Quit for What is, regardless of what you're doing, you're going to make mistakes, right?
Right.
So you don't give up, you learn from them, and you keep going, And I like how you put that. Education and learning is two different.
Yeah,
it is.
Two different things. And speaking to that, I mean, you got people that learn differently, So what do you all do to make sure that you're reaching everyone that participates, you know what I mean? To bring out the best in them,
It's not easy.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, because at the same time, it's running Torchbearers. It's an organization. We have about 80 active members per year and maybe 400 alumni from over the past 21 years. And reaching everyone is not always guaranteed. And sometimes people, they don't get it. They're like, what's the point, right? And so it really takes that sitting back and doing that one-on-one thing.
Yeah.
One of the past presidents, Megan Meeker, she was 2 presidents before me. She would call every person one-on-one and meet with them everyone one-on-one. And it's like, I got to look to her. That's a good idea. It's not naturally me, but it is something that I respect. So respecting the leaders before me and what they did. And sometimes it really just takes that conversation, like that coffee, that 15 minutes of, let me listen to you instead of speaking to you, instead of all the metrics and all the data. Like, what do you have to say and what's on your heart? And I hear you. I value what you have to say. And we're going to make changes from it.
There you go.
You know?
That's it.
Just do it.
Yeah. And that just makes me think about, the past episode where we talked about how people learn different. You know, you got to figure out, some people are visual learners, some people got to just jump in and, get hands on. Some people like the analytical side, you know what I mean? And that. So that's pretty sure that's difficult to navigate, but you doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
sure.
That's it. So can you talk about a project where education positively impacted the community?
I wrote something down too. Let me think about it. So some of the recent projects I worked on, I think my big thing, like there's many ways to learn, like you said. And so what my focus is really on experience.
Right.
So it was experiential learning model, and kind of what the basis for that is, we learn best through experience, through doing, through modeling others. And so one of the big things we did last year is what we do what's called TB2 trips. And so it's like an adult field trip, essentially. And we pick a city that's similar to Akron or just above Akron, and we kind of take a group out. We take a group out of about 25 people to stay a couple of nights in Buffalo. So it was TV to Buffalo, and I planned it. I led the planning of it. We had a team, but I was like, Zinga, you planned this. It was a lot. But, it's hard to be like, okay, this is a textbook, and this is what the learning outcomes was. But what you get from putting that many people together for that many days, we all took a bus out there. At the end of the trip, the conversations that unfolded, the way you unpack real conversations, not just, oh, how's the job, how's the business, like no, back in school I went through this, and back in my home I went through this, and it's like a cross section of different identities and different cultures, and then you realize the similarities, and you realize where there's no similarities, and I've never had that experience you have. But setting people up to go through experiences together and challenges together, I think that is a real model for change.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then you got someone you can understand each other with the changes that you're going through.
Yes.
And as you're going through it, you got that accountability partner to help keep pushing you through.
I hear you. It's nothing like
that.
being in the trenches with somebody to bond.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And like from those, and how often do you do that? Is that once a year? I don't know if you mentioned that or not.
As often as we can fund it.
Okay.
Right?
I got
so
you.
obviously we skipped the pandemic years.
Right.
We couldn't do it.
I understand.
But
that.
we've been to Pittsburgh, we've been to Detroit, we've been to Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland. So like every year, every other year, we try to plan a trip like that.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. And from just, again, from those trips, like you said, there's people that get to know each other and whatnot. Has anyone came up with like a something to do here locally that could help our community? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a spinoff, if you will,
Oh, yeah, definitely. Things have come from it. I know there was like connection to the art brigade.
Okay.
And I should have taken notes. But
it's okay.
There are other things that like people take that inspired nonprofits that stand today. And I don't want to like specifically quote
You don't have to. You don't have to.
But I'll check it out. Look it up.
Yeah. But just the fact that, because you said those trips, people get to see different things, right?
Yeah.
Something that they don't see here, they go there, they see, and they come up with ideas, and they come back and they, execute on those ideas.
Yes.
So it's beneficial. So you have that has made a change.
It does
for doing that. Yeah.
You know, and some of it was years before my time. So
that's
a history book.
Right.
Yeah. But it's still cool. You're a part of the organization that facilitated the thing that made the thing happen. All right. So, how do you tackle challenges in education systems to create positive outcomes?
Challenges, tackling challenges
in like educational systems.
Yeah, right. I mean, you got to look at it. It's how do you attack a systemic challenge in any way, right? And the biggest part of overcoming a challenge is to get clarity first.
Yeah.
You have to be clear on exactly what the outcome you want. What is the result at the end of this challenge to be? Because you can complain about it all day. You can find everything wrong with it. But unless you can say, this needs to change into this, finding that X, being very clear on what X is, you'll always be muddying the moves you make, right? And so finding clarity first and then taking action, right? It's clarity.
Yeah.
It's this really good book called Results. I don't know the author, but the formula is clarity plus action yields results. And so, but it's very important to not muddy your mind, muddy your thoughts, muddy your energy to make change first. First, find that clarity.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. So, hey, listen, y'all. This is some gems and some jewels are being dropped here.
Yes.
Right. So, anything you want to change, figure out what you want it to look like at the end of it, and then take the steps towards that. Right.
It seems simple.
It does.
Right.
Well, look, it seems simple, but at the same time, if you realize that you might need some assistance along the way. So, organizations like yours, people coming together, sharing ideas and problems and stuff like that, you can get assistance with the clarity.
That's
right?
Fair.
Getting out the mud.
Right.
So that's awesome that you all are available to assist with that.
Right.
All right. When did you realize the importance of perseverance? Speaking of that.
When did I realize the importance
of perseverance?
My whole life. Like,
all my,
what you mean?
Go ahead. Okay, go. All my life.
No. Like my family wasn't super wealthy. We was definitely got, the little paper coupons for eggs and stuff growing up. Like, I was raised a Hebrew Israelite, which is like a form of Judaism. And one of the things of that religion is it's all about persevering suffering, right? And so I think it was always kind of embedded in my bones of sometimes you got to suffer, like sometimes you embrace it, don't run away from it at all. But I homeschooled myself in high school, and that was a big thing to persevere because it's so easy to just not do your work. It's so easy to just be on the internet all day and not graduate. But, sticking to getting it done, sticking through like my checklist and my to-do list, I was able to finish in 3 years. So that was helpful.
Wow,
so
that's awesome.
I know I'm a big to-do list person. I'll persevere.
That's what's up. And look, Zuki said, all my life I had to fight.
I'll be out here.
That's what's up.
Feel it.
So again, that's another thing that we speak to here on Quit for What, about, being persistent and persevering. So now that we're at this point, I just want to ask you, has there ever been a point in your career that you felt like quitting or giving up at any point in life? I mean, it's, things happen
all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime we do an event, I'm like, I quit. I know I'm not in it. I can't. I love to show up at events, to plan and put it on. I'm just like, let me just show up. So, but seriously, truthfully, it's hard to say. I think I'm the type of person where it's like I have to consider myself if I should quit.
Yeah. Right?
I'm a big hold on, finish it out. If I commit to it, see it through to the end. And I think that's one of the reasons why I elevated to president, because they're like, Zinga says she's going to do it. She's going to do it.
Yeah.
But then there's sometimes where that for what part, sometimes you do have to quit, right? Sometimes you could cling too long to something that like why am I still pursuing success here when I know even if I win it, I'm not going to get what I want. Even if I succeed at this, the results is going to be not for me. And so really that question of when to quit is more of a question for me than when not to, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know, like, cause I'm dedicated, I'm loyal. And it's just like, you're not supposed to be loyal to everything forever.
Right.
Especially if it's not for you anymore.
That's it.
I know.
That's it. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I got somebody on here. Just Kim is asking if we're on Facebook too. Yes, we are.
I think so.
Yep. Just come over to Quit for What
That might alarm.
on Facebook. So we are there as well.
Dinner alarm.
Yeah. So yeah, just you made me think about. I saw a clip of it was Ayana Van Zandt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her makeup artist. She said that they were getting ready for a show, and Ayana was like, "This is going to be our last, season or something like that."
Yeah.
And the makeup artist was like, "Why?" She's like, "What's going on?" She said, "I'm complete."
Yeah. Yeah.
So you.
That's powerful.
Yeah, like you talking about, quit for what? Like there are certain times or points, that you decide to, and I wouldn't say quit. I would say pivot.
Oh, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Because I look at quitting as like, I'm giving up. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just going to, get into the routine of, just going here and doing this. Don't really got passion for it, but just, working through to survive.
Right.
That's good. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, do I even have quit in my vocabulary? Let me think about this.
Get it out, throw it out, tear it up.
I can think of a story.
There's no quitting.
Okay. Okay.
Back in college, my freshman year, so like, I was my mom's right hand raising kids, and I left college, right? And like my sister, my brothers, they was like, damn, Zinga did a lot. Excuse my language,
good,
but she was running the household, and so for a little while, like, my mom kind of faltered, and it ended up with me leaving college for a while. Like, I left, and I was going to be like, all right, I'm just going to stay. I'm going to be in Georgia. I was in Ohio at Hiram, went to Georgia, and I was like, well, as soon as I left, the family fell apart for real, so I'm like going to stay, help, live in Georgia, build a family, rebuild life from there, right?
Right.
And it was my grandmother that taught to me, and she was like, don't you dare stop your life to try to rescue your family. You get your stuff together, get your degree, and then come back. And so I guess that was a point in my life where it was like, quit college and rescue moms and fam, or keep going, and kind of like, it really felt like at that time abandoning them, right? Like, quitting your family. Like, how do you do that? But the results of it, even though it took a lot of growing and building and overcoming to come, like where we are now, I think we're a stronger family for it, and a stronger role model. Thank you, Ray. She put me together. She's like, don't you do it? I'm like, but it's my mom. Like,
Yeah.
She said, everybody gonna be all right. Okay. You gonna get your education now.
She really did.
That's what's up, though.
What's that? Do you still keep the feast? Oh, like Yom Kippur and all that? No, I like, back when I homeschooled myself, I kind of read like all the religions, and I kind of just made up my own spirituality. Because like, in the Judaism, one of the things I learned growing up was to be wary of like man-made objects, man-made things. I'm like, well, ain't the Bible man-made? Didn't King James have something to do with that? So I just kind of look at the more universal truths of spirituality.
So just for context, it was Zuki asking, do you still keep the feast? So that speaks to the religion of what was it again? Hebrew Israelite.
The Black Jews.
Okay.
I'm still pretty kosher though. Like, I don't eat pork.
I grew up Hebrew Pentecostal.
Oh, so you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Blessed by a rabbi. A little bit.
Well, look. So. Yeah, you're talking about your grandmother and everything, and telling you not to quit, but that was a moment where you really felt like giving up. But at the same time, like you said, like you can help more so by sticking it out and getting your education, and then coming back, and you were able to. It's better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it's nice to hear my younger siblings like, yeah, I'm going to go to school, kind of just being that leader of the family, of the pack.
Yeah. So you led by example and been through the ups and downs, been through the mud, you know what I mean? And stuck it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's why Grandma said what she said.
I know,
You
she
set
set
the
me right.
example.
She
Yeah.
said, but it's like both felt like the right choice too. Like, of course, I want to be here for my family.
Yeah.
Duh. You know.
Yeah.
I got 4 more years of this. Like, you know.
Right. Right. So in that kind of grows into the next question of how do you turn obstacles into opportunities for growth?
I like that question.
Yeah.
And it's just you claim them as they are, right? Like, obstacles are opportunities for growth. And I think it hones back to my childhood. Speaking of childhood, like my hero growing up was Goku. I don't know if anybody watched Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
It's up there. But like he would have this method of training on like 0 level gravity, right? And like once he conquered that, he would up it to 20 level gravity. Sorry to say that. And then once he conquered that, he would up it to 100 level gravity. And I think like just upping the obstacles makes you stronger. So like embracing, like even during our limitless ambition days, me and Alicia used to go, we're gonna go eat those no's today. Like how many no's can we get today? It's just like you just gotta face it, and you know you're not gonna be able to learn how to jump if you don't jump over anything. You know, like you need that.
No, right. You are absolutely right.
Embrace it.
Yes, embrace it.
Yes.
So that example, do you use that within Torchbearers? Do you speak to that?
Do I talk about Goku all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
can you tell me what that is?
Oh,
I know.
I'm sorry.
I watched a lot of TV.
Yeah, for the people out there that don't know. Go ahead and tell it. Just explain.
Me, like it's from Dragon Ball Z. It's this anime about superheroes, and you know they fight to save the world.
Oh, my son probably. He watches that every day.
Probably.
But that is awesome that you pulled something from that, and that even speaks to like, you know, you can pull something good from a lot of different things. You just got to really think about it and how can you apply it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's very true. It's even take a negative, actually when people say, well, you take a negative situation, like me, I like to try to see not everything in a negative situation is negative. There's always something we can pull from it, or we're learning from it. Like you said, you know, those obstacles, we have to own it, you know?
I feel it. I like the idea of like keep the meat and get rid of the bones, right? Any situation.
Right.
Hey, Kim still here.
But yeah, so speaking of just, you know, like upping the levels of obstacles is going to make you stronger, you know, and eating the no's, because you're going to get no's. I mean, if you're doing anything, you're gonna have some no's, but you got to be able to just keep pushing through. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
I like that. I even like another thing that made me think about was endurance.
Yeah.
So as you're trying to up those levels, you actually get to see what you're made of, like your strength, like how strong you are. Not just the accomplishment, but man, I can't believe I did that.
I know, right? And then like it becomes easy after a while.
Yes.
Like, I'll speak in front of 100 people a day now.
Absolutely.
Even 6 years ago, like, oh my God.
Listen. And again, it speaks to, you know, leading by example. So you doing that, other people can see that you were able to overcome it. And, you know what I'm saying? That's a good example. Yeah. I got my guy, G Code on TikTok said,
hey, G Code.
Life obstacles is about learning and growing. That's right. That's right, my brother. That is correct. So yeah, it's a lot that people can pick up from this conversation.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Stay tuned, y'all. We got more. All right.
Dropping all these gems. And we can hold them up.
All right. So how do you balance commitment to goals with openness to new opportunities? Right?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Is that something?
Hey, listen now.
Think about that. So balancing commitment and new opportunities.
Right.
At the basis of that is kind of knowing your values, right? And I think that clarity, like what do you want? What do you value? Like me, I value quality work. I value, new ideas. I value new adventures. And so it's easy to say yes to things that align with those values. And the most important, the best advice I could give people is say no to things you don't want to do.
Yeah.
You would not believe how many years of volunteers and leading and teams and committees where it's not a lot of people say yes and they do what they have to do, and shout out to those people.
Right.
But then there's some people that say yes with no intention of doing what they said they would do.
Right.
And I don't understand that.
Okay.
And so for those people, and even for the people that say yes and do it, but they didn't really want to, like, be willing to say no. Be willing to say, I don't have the capacity for that right now. I don't have the bandwidth for that right now. Maybe in a couple of years. Like, when I became the president of Torchbearers, I was like, I can't do that. I had to say no to some things, opportunities that came my way, because I think it's just really important to focus on the quality of what I do, which goes back to my values, right? So you got to know your values and like mark things against what you value, and then say no to things, even if it's a new opportunity. If it doesn't align with what you're looking for right now, it's okay. Just say no. Like, I respect people more for saying no to things.
Yeah, no, you got a good point there. I think some people, like, I was watching, there's a movie, The Yes Man, or is it The Yes Man? Yes, and I was watching that, and it made me think about that. Like, him, he could never, he could never say no. It was like caught up in it where you couldn't say no. And it was like he was saying yes to everything, yes. But before that, he was saying no. He would always, it was no. But then that's crazy because, I even know that I've done that a couple times myself. Not that I didn't have intentions, but when it came time to it, something else was going on. Or like, oh man, I know I said I was going to do it, but I don't know what.
I know.
Let me go ahead and take care of this. And I'm going to have to, but that you do have a good point there. Just say no. Like, that's just the best way. I cannot do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. Doesn't have to be.
I feel it. Or if you can't say no, be like, I'll find someone.
Yeah.
That could help you. I'll make a connection. You can say yes. You can say no in yes ways.
I like that. Say no in yes ways.
Right?
Right.
Right.
No, I can't do it, but I do have someone in mind that can do it.
Okay.
Right.
So.
And that has me thinking about, first off, I want to talk about, actually, I think it was earlier today or yesterday, someone was talking to me about, saying they were saying no, and they were like, given a reason. They're like, I don't want to, because I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, why do we gotta really, you know what I mean? So, and they were like, I'm just going back to when I was a kid because I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But just be okay with saying no, because I don't want to do it.
Right.
Like you said. But like you said, if it doesn't align with your values or what you want to do, that means, hey, I don't want to do it. It doesn't align. Also, it makes me think about, we talk about that and saying no.
Yeah.
Those might be some of the no's that we're getting when we're out trying to make things happen, right?
Yeah.
So we got to look at,
and that's why I welcome them. Like,
we got to look at that.
Say no. Please, if you meant to say no, and you want it, don't say yes.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think that's a good way, again, for people to see things. Hey, Lindsay. Yeah, for people to see that, those no's could be because whatever it is that we are trying to do doesn't align with them at that moment or at all. Yeah. So don't take it to heart.
I know.
When you hear that no.
Right, because it's far more destructive for someone to say yes and they have no intent on following through.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
Now you can waste 6 months of your time trying to get them on track, and it's like, I could have just did it myself.
Right. Yeah, that's the worst.
That's
the worst.
It's okay.
That's the worst. Yeah.
It's all forgiven.
That's awesome, and that's good moment there, y'all. Good moment. And Lindsay says yes.
Right, Lizzie's on it. She knows what I'm talking about. She'll lead her out here.
Facts. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I want to know who inspires you to keep going despite challenges?
Yes. No, definitely my grandmother, who's no longer with us on my dad's side. You know, she made me keep going. She had that talk with me. But like, I think of her childhood, you know, she grew up in the Dominican Republic, and you know, she told me the whole story about having to get water, walking 3 miles in the morning to get a bucket of water for the day. And she met my grandfather in Trinidad, and she kind of left the family, took a boat, and swam to the shores of Venezuela to get a job as a private chef and make enough money to come to New York, come to Brooklyn. And there she became a nurse, and where she made enough money to like emigrate her whole family to Brooklyn. Like she was that. She was a
go-getter.
Okay, like
oh
you,
my
man, like you swam. I can't even swim 2 steps in a puddle. Like no, you know. So like
big ups to grandma.
She had that. Like I know she had that fortitude and that willpower. You know, coming to Brooklyn, not speaking only Spanish. You know, and she just made a whole life for her family. And like I just look up to her. Like everything is easy compared to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta send emails. Like, oh no, you know, like it's light work.
Perspective, and that really speaks to, you know, the moment that you talked about, you know, giving up.
Yeah.
You know, the school, your education to go and help your family.
Yeah.
You know, she did what she had to do to build up herself in order to go back.
Right? That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why she spoke. You
That's
like,
an
what are you
amazing
doing?
story.
Like, long story. Like,
That's
look at
an
the long
amazing
game.
story.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So putting things in perspective, like you said, we think about even just getting up to drive
Oh my gosh.
in a car that we just gotta hit a pedal and turn.
I don't have no more
Traffic,
excuses
though.
after this story. Your grandma
The
put me to
sun's in my
shame.
eye.
That's wild.
I have no more excuses.
Yeah.
Right?
She swam to Venezuela. I need to get
know.
up
She
so I
jumped
can
the
go to
boat.
work.
She was like, you know, she's not stuck in the country for real. I don't think
She was
supposed to be there.
not. Like,
Like,
this
that's
is
not
not
how
a game.
you get in that country.
Right? That's not how you get there, but grandma made it happen. That's what's up.
Okay.
Wow. That is awesome. And I want to backtrack just a little bit. I know we talked about the nose and all those different things. And I just think about there's times where we feel or feel like we want something. You know, we want to be in a certain position, a certain space and whatnot. And those things might not happen at the time, right? And then you look back and you're like, I'm so glad that I didn't get into this situation, right? Or that they did say no, like you said, you welcome the no's, right?
Yeah.
So that's just another way that y'all can look at it, because that's happened a lot in my life, you know?
Yeah. Where it's like, oh, that didn't work out, but thank God.
Listen.
Like, okay, I see.
Right. So, you know,
But at the same time, don't forget, like, on the other side of that is going out and taking actions. It's like, you're still going after your goals.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, I welcome the no's and my whole life is going to be one big no. Like, no.
Right.
You need to take the action to say, what is that goal I want to achieve and what are the steps I need to do to get there?
Right.
And keep taking those steps.
That's
like,
it.
no matter what happens, keep taking those steps forward.
Yeah. And that's like you said, you won't get no's if you're not doing nothing to get them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You got to get out there to experience the no's, right?
Feel it.
But just again, I think it's just something that, you know, if anybody out there needs to hear it, keep pushing through those no's. It does nothing but build you up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And prepares you. You know, because Autumn knows now you're getting more practice in whatever it is you want to be doing.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you right.
So
Good
when
point.
that yes comes, you're ready.
It's really good feedback.
You know, so for sure.
That yes gonna be so exciting.
That's it. All right. So how do you maintain resilience and persistence in your daily life and work? So that's resilience and persistence.
Resilience, persistence, you know,
all
I
of
think
it.
resilience is definitely that ability to take the hits, right? And to be able to bounce back from setbacks and tragedies. And persistence is like that ability to keep going even when you're not called to.
Right.
And so what those two things share is just kind of the sentiment of forces that want to stop you from achieving your greatness. And to really balance that, myself personally, I rest. I take a lot of naps for real, and not in rest days and self-care days. Like, you know, I'm pampering the hell out of me through this entire journey. Like, it's okay. You can chill today. And like, also just focusing on doing what you can, right? Like, I'm big on write it down, write down your goal, write down those little steps that you need to execute. You know, the resistance to you doing stuff is you. Right? If I need to execute, let's see, I'm trying to write a book. I need to write 15 minutes a day to get through this book. What resistance is there to that? You know? I'm going to stop myself from writing. Like, you know, so I think it's a matter of, people can talk down and be like, why are you writing that book? That's resistance. Why are you doing that? Well, that's resistance. But me, I have to commit to what I said I would do and just do it. Like, I think a lot of it is just taking that action and kind of separating it from the emotion and the feelings of it all. Like, sometimes just set that timer for 15 minutes and write.
Just do it.
You wouldn't believe it, you'll be done.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Right. You're right.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And that's the persistence, and then the resilience. You know, you can make mistakes along the way. You know, but don't let that get you down. To where you give up. Or even all the obstacles, all kind of stuff can come your way.
I guess it could.
You know?
It could.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess when you kind of live that childhood of, there's always setbacks and there's always worries, but you still survived and we're still here. And even humanity, right? Like, how much have we overcome as a human race, and somehow the apocalypse hasn't come down upon us yet.
Right.
We're still here.
Yeah.
We still here. Hanging in there.
Another Earth, like, I'm still here.
That's it. Let's go back. Lindsay said, you want Nose to hit those milestones. Just do it, never give up.
Yes.
I know that's right. And that's the thing, like you talked about, like just humanity, the things that we've been through, the experiences. You know, so even if you don't got grandma that's swimming across to Venezuela, right? Is that what, you know, you can still, you know, look at other examples in life, you know what I mean? To pull from. But like you said, you got to be self-aware.
Yeah.
Right? You got to know what you want, right? And you got to look to ways to achieve that. You know what I mean? We like to talk about YouTube University.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
you want to know anything you want to know.
Oh, yes.
Everything.
Right there.
Is TikTok taking over for real?
You know what?
It's like the #1 searched app for knowledge now.
Oh no.
I would
More than
say,
Google.
look, I would say TikTok is like, you know, the quick stuff. Like, I want to learn how to do something real fast because I got to do it right now.
Go on TikTok. Okay.
You know, but YouTube is for the long game.
Okay.
Right.
You
It's going
know.
to take you step by step.
I feel it.
Oh, for sure. And I just want to go to, just because we're kind of speaking about those tools or whatnot. Do you all like use any like of those things within your organization? Like, I'm thinking about AI per se. Are you all looking into that as far as, you know, just how it's turning out in our world and how it can affect your organization in any ways at all? Have you ever thought about that?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
So Torchbearers, the organization, I would say it's unique. Right?
Okay.
Yes, we have a board. Yes, we have a president. But the whole purpose of this organization is to ignite leaders.
Right.
And so everyone kind of has an equal stake on what they bring to the table, where they want to see change go. And, you know, it's built with consensus, but we're not stopping any new ideas from coming in.
Right.
So if somebody comes in and says, hey, we really need to learn about AI, hey, Torchbearers needs to use AI, then we'll work with them to like figure out the path to do that. So it's open to anything, honestly.
Yeah, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because I know that, you know, a lot of organizations have spoken about the Chat GPT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, we got it from our president. They was like, "Hey, download the Chat GPT." I was like, "You gonna let us put it on these computers?"
Useful.
He said, "No, your phone."
You know, it's kind of useful because Because it's like,
But
well,
it's
how,
good. It
how
works.
different is it from Google? I mean, you still have to cite, hopefully, you cite your work, but I use it.
Right.
Hey, I love it. I love it.
I don't got time to write checklists all day. Like, come on.
It's just like I said. Like we started talking about the YouTube and learning and everything, and it's just that that's something that's becoming prevalent. You know, and it could be beneficial if you use it in the right way. Just another tool to assist in getting to where you want to be. If you use it right.
Right.
So
I remember a time like they thought the printing press would stop the book industry.
Yeah.
Right? And so new technology, it always brings fears with it, especially people who cling to tradition. But it's like, at the end of the day, technology is going to come, it's going to be here, and you either learn how to use it or you just lose your light. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that nicely.
Right. I guess, like I said, lean into it, learn it, just so you'll be aware of what's here, and what's coming, because it could, push a lot of people out of their positions unless we are up on what's happening, right? Lindsay said, love it, very helpful when needed. Use it the right way and adapt.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think a lot of people now, you're starting to see a lot of people turn more toward AI for a lot of things. Even when communicating, I ain't gonna lie, if I could get AI to write some emails, that would cure half my problems.
Thank you.
Hey, look, now we back to we really don't have any excuses.
Right, none.
But again, like I said, I just want to throw it out there because it is something that can assist in helping a person to get information.
You still have to know what you're talking about.
You got to know. You got to prompt it.
You got to know how to do it and execute. Like like the great things about plans is you can write the best plan on paper. If you don't execute it, and if you don't get people to help you execute it if needed, like it ain't gonna go nowhere.
Right.
So the best Chat GPT plan is not gonna bring
true.
Success.
Right. It can help you in ways,
That's
but
true.
you need people
Yeah.
like Zinga
You signing me up?
in your life to assist. For sure. Well, listen, this has been an awesome conversation, Zinga. I greatly appreciate you for being here. And I want to just speak on, because I know I mentioned that there was a event that you wanted to talk about when you first were supposed to be on. Are there any other events coming up that people can get involved in?
No, definitely. So, like I said, Torchbearers, we are our own group, but we are affiliated with Leadership Akron. And every year they host a huge golf outing. And some of the money raised goes towards sponsorships for our members. It's the Leadership Akron Phil Maynard golf outing. It'll be May 20th. And we'll have Ben Curtis there. And we have an all-day affair. So it's like breakfast with Ben Curtis, golf clinic, and then big shots at night. So I'll be there all day. But, I really look forward, like, the big shots portion is after hours to, like, allow for more young professionals to attend. So, I look forward to that part and seeing new people come.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Check it out. Check out Leadership Akron golf. Just Google it. Don't chat GPT it. Google it. Sorry.
Hey, but look, you're right. But if you want to learn how to improve your golf,
Right.
you can, you can prompt ChatGPT. But anyway, nah.
Right? What is it gonna do?
You're all right. You can just pull it close to you. You're okay. You're okay. There you go. You're all right.
Too excited.
It's okay. It's okay. So as far as this golf outing, so people just anybody get involved, or they have to be part of your organization? Just to clarify.
It's open to the public. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an all-day affair.
Right. Okay.
The golf portion will be at Prestwick Country Club.
Okay.
And then the afterwards is award ceremony, and then Big Shots opens for the evening portion.
Okay.
Which is in Akron somewhere.
Big Shots.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Big Shots. Isn't that like Top Golf?
They bought it.
Didn't they buy?
But it's
okay.
the Akron one, not
it's
the
the
one
Akron
in
one.
Independence.
Okay. I need to learn how to golf. So
I can't.
you can't.
I think is that the one over by off of Turkey foot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Around
we
there.
right past that all the time, and I be looking up like, I
Check
want to
it
do it.
out.
I
Come
want to go.
on. Come
I
on.
know my coworker was telling me about it. I was like, it just looked fun.
Look like a good date night.
It does.
That's it.
Call me.
That's it.
That's true. Might have to take you up on that.
Let's go. Hey, listen, we are all going golfing. We're going to learn how to
Yes.
golf, and we're going to be at your event on, is it, you said May
20th.
May 20th.
Yeah, it's coming up real soon.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So Zinga, if anyone, again, just to mention, if anyone wants to get more information on your organization or get in touch with you, let us know. You got, go ahead and pull that up if you need.
So Torchbearers, we're on Instagram. So
Okay.
it's TV_Akron. So that's Instagram. And then you
Okay.
can look up Torchbearers Akron on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Other organizations. I'm also a part of Empowering Queens. And so that's an organization started by my friend Candace. And it helps empower women and, you know, helps restore the bonds of motherhood and empower women to be their best selves.
Awesome.
So Empowering Queens, that's on Instagram. Limitless Ambition, which is still a really great organization. And I'm still very proud to be a part of them. LL_ambition on Instagram. And then there's just me, Zinga Hart.
All right.
Okay. All
You
right.
might find me. I don't know.
Yes.
That's it. Oh, they're going to find you. We'll make sure they find you. And Lindsay said she wants to do Top Golf. Still haven't tried.
Look at that.
Oh,
She only know how to pee-wee golf.
I don't know how to none
The
of it.
putt-putt.
I haven't even done that.
I'm dimensionally weak. Like, I can't. I can't do it.
That's what's up. Well, Zinga, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
This
you.
is
Yes.
cool.
And just the president of Torchbearers.
Yep.
Okay. I made my mistake earlier. My apologies. The president, I want to clarify, make sure y'all know, right? But we thank you so much. This has actually been an awesome episode.
It really was.
A lot of jewels.
You gave so much information.
That's it.
Appreciate y'all.
I need to hang out with you.
Okay.
We said we going
I'll
golfing.
send you some events.
Yes, please. No, seriously, please, so we
That's it.
can, you
That's
know.
it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right,
Well,
y'all.
thanks, y'all.
Oh,
Thanks for
sure.
having me.
For sure.
No.
That's it. So listen, y'all, as always, thank y'all for watching, everybody who tuned in and everybody who's going to watch this on the replay. We greatly appreciate you. All right, Kim, you want to say anything to the people?
I just wanted to shout out Evelyn Call if she's still on. I
Okay.
just wanted to say hi.
Okay.
And that's about it.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's
I just seen her come across. I just want to make sure.
Okay, there you go. That's right. You see them, point them out. All right, y'all. So again, we thank y'all, and I'm going to leave y'all what I always leave y'all with, and that is do what you got to do to make it happen. Don't give up. Quit for what? Until next time. Peace.
Bye.